Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Confirmation hearings galore. And you know what? It looks like a lot of them, maybe all of them, are just going to be confirmed.
Let's do it.
I mean, we'll see, but...
Guys are much more positive than me.
You don't think so?
Well, we're not tired of winning.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not tired of winning. I got to win the whole term.
That's right.
And I'd be fine with that. So, but yesterday it was part 2 of RFK Jr., also Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard.
Bergamentum got confirmed yesterday.
Bergamentum had some serious mentum, and he sailed through.
He's unstoppable.
Oh, they fell in love with him. But how could you not? How could you not fall head over heels?
You have to.
For Doug Burgum.
What was the final vote on that? Do we know?
I don't know, something like 800-6, I think it was.
Close. Yeah. 79-18.
That was close.
It's close.
I mean,
That was
you're
very
right
close.
there.
He just kept his hands under the table so you didn't see his
Big hands.
gorilla hands. Yeah.
Yeah, what is the deal with the
I
hands
don't know.
thing? If people are fascinated with his big hands.
He's got these.
Big hands.
Yeah. Okay. They're just
On the other
big looking.
On the other side of the spectrum, my hands are small.
Okay.
I know, but they're not yours. They are my own,
That's correct.
and I will not be broken.
Okay. All right. We got
won't.
that. Okay.
So,
So look at
Take
that
that,
list.
Doug
We got
Burgum.
eight have been confirmed. And if you recall, the goal was to meet the Obama standard. They got 12 in the first 15 days. So that means by Monday, we need to get 4 more. Let's go.
Okay. Cool. So the one that I'm maybe most excited about among these that still haven't been confirmed is Kash Patel. I think he's going to be a tremendous director of the FBI. Just tremendous. And he wants to be transparent. I mean, a lot of people say this going in. In fact, Donald Trump said it last time, but he's really enacting everything he said
the entire
this time.
administration is, right? I mean, yesterday I was amazed that, Hegseth just sits down at his desk and posts a video to update us on what's going on.
That's great.
amazing.
That's really great.
Is.
Yeah. And all the secrets that have been kept from us for no reason, just because they think we're children and we can't handle it. We throw off all our clothes and run naked, screaming obscenities through the streets of our towns.
I'm not opposed to that happening.
And there's already been some good developments over at the FBI. We had, I think it was 6 senior FBI leaders ordered to retire, resign, or be fired by Monday. I'm sorry, no. 6 actually were escorted out of the building yesterday. And I think there's still more that they're hoping to get in out of there by Monday.
Bye.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's
great.
go.
Good. Keep it going. Keep it going. So as far as some of the fireworks yesterday, there was some interesting stuff going on.
Some of it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. This is Tom Tillis with Kash Patel talking about the bingo card.
I have available to any of my colleagues who would like it on the other side of the aisle.
He actually
Some
has
may
one.
view this as an unserious caricature and not appropriate for this committee. Sadly, I consider it a serious caricature of what I expect to be witnessed today.
Yeah, and we almost got a bingo right out of the gate. Can we see? Look at that card there. All these. We're going to talk about Liz Cheney. We're going to talk about Q. The Nunes memo came up tons yesterday. Are you MAGA?
Yeah.
Truth Social. Section 702 was a big player. You could have gotten that.
He said he
the
marked
Hoover
off.
building.
He
Yeah,
marked
they
off
took-
four squares just on the introduction.
Yes.
So that's fun.
That's right.
That's just good, clean fun right there. Here's Kash Patel talking about his background.
Fortunately, Senator, yes. I don't want to get into those details of my family here.
Let's get into a few of them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you look at the record from January 6th, where I testified before that committee, because of my personal information being released by Congress, I was subjected to a direct and significant threat on my life. And I put that information in the record. I had to move. In that threat, I was called a detestable, and I'll apologize if I don't get it all right, but it's in the record, a detestable
Oh, boy.
who had
Send
no right
N-word.
being in this country. You should go back to where you came from. You belong with your terrorist home friends. That's what was sent to me. That's just a piece of it. But that's nothing compared to what the men and women in law enforcement face every day. And that's why they have my support.
Okay.
I love that. Okay.
So what are they focusing on the left? Not the fact that he was called that, but that he said the word. That's what everybody's yelling and screaming about.
That's what he was called.
Right.
Yeah,
I
right.
hate- I
You
hate
can't
that
even
we-
quote. It's
I
so
hate that
ridiculous.
We can't even air it.
It's like we're 4.
It's
Are
ridiculous.
we 4 years old?
Yep.
Come on.
I mean, it lessens the impact.
Yes, it does. If he would have said a sand N-word, it's just clunky and
It
stupid.
lessens the impact that we can't
Yeah.
even let it play.
Let the impact be felt
Yeah.
by everybody.
Yeah,
and he did.
But he
did.
He doesn't have the D after his name, and
No,
so
so you can't do that.
They have to make it sound, because then
Ridiculous.
like if you just see a headline and you were busy, trying to earn a living yesterday, and you couldn't watch this, and you see that, like, oh my gosh, oh, I'm so offended. How could he use such language?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah. And by the way, kudos to, it's rare that we get to say this, Lindsey Graham yesterday. I didn't send in the clip, but I really appreciate how he just laid out Crossfire Hurricane and as he called it, well, another word we can't say, BS. And so props to Lindsey Graham yesterday for
Yeah, let's give
he's-
credit where credit is
he's
due.
a strong yes on
It's great.
Cash.
It's a rare occasion when you can praise Lindsey Graham. So let's take the opportunity. That's great. But the Democrats are just out of control. My gosh. They're getting a little taste of
Yes, they are.
of what we experience when they're grilling nominees from Biden and Obama, and they don't like it. They're all indignant. Well, just answer my question. It's a yes or no. It's pretty simple. It's a yes or no. Is it? Okay. I didn't see you demanding that of others.
I want an answer.
Yeah, and they do. But they're not getting them. They're not getting the answers they want. Amy Klobuchar went after Kash Patel.
You said we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens who helped Joe Biden rig the elections. We're going to come after you, whether
Good.
it's criminally or civilly.
Good.
Is that something you said?
That's a partial statement of what I said.
Steve Bannon's.
Oh, he did answer it.
You also said you
Yeah,
would put the
good.
entire fake news mafia press corps on your list. Is that correct? Is that what you said?
I don't have that in front of me.
Benny Johnson's podcast 82123. You have said that the FBI, including today, you said that they remain utterly corrupt. This is an agency with agents who have taken down terrorists, taken down bank robbers, taken down
Set up
crime.
Americans.
And you wrote that the FBI has become so thoroughly
Oh, I'm sorry, she
compromised
didn't
that it will
mention that.
remain a threat to the people unless drastic measures are taken.
Accurate.
Do you know that under Chris Wray's leadership, he took over at a very difficult time? We all know that, appointed by President Trump.
We don't know.
That during his tenure, the applications to the FBI has in fact tripled.
So
Do you
And?
think people would be applying to that agency like in those numbers if they thought it was so corrupt?
Yes, because of people like
American
you.
public's trust
I don't
rate
know.
is at
Have you seen who they've
40%.
been
That's an
hiring?
all-time low.
Did you say that the FBI headquarters should be shut down and reopened as a museum of the deep state?
I will cross that off the
Chairman, are
bingo
we
card.
allowed to go an extra time?
Let's see, you get a second round. Before I call on Senator Lee.
Could he just answer the question if he said that the FBI headquarters where they investigate cybercrime and terrorism
Mr.
should
Chair.
be shut down and opened as a deep state?
Hey, Mr. Chair.
As a museum. Did he say that the headquarters should be shut down?
Mr. Chair.
I deserve an answer to that question.
I
He is
guess it's-
asking to be head of the FBI, and he said that their headquarters should be shut down.
So?
and it should be.
Yeah, it should.
I mean, what are we arguing
It
here?
should. Wow. But, elections have consequences, Amy.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to be the FBI director despite those comments that you didn't appreciate. Your favorite moment from the hearing? We have that here with it's also
Yeah.
Kash Patel and Amy Klobuchar.
This is good.
Read the rest of the interview. This is why snippets of information are often misleading and detrimental to this committee's advice and consent
Well,
process.
if you consent, I would love to have 5 hours of questions, and then I could read the whole transcripts.
You've got 2
Okay.
minutes.
You've got 2 minutes.
Wow. She's like, wow.
You've got 2
Believe you would
minutes.
talk back to me like that.
You've got 2 minutes.
Yeah, you got 2 minutes.
How dare you? Don't you know who I am? I think I'm Queen of America. So you're not acknowledging that. So great that they're just getting a little taste, just a little teeny taste of their medicine, and they're trying to spit it out of their mouths. He responded to Senator Whitehouse.
In the collective, all of those statements are taken out of grotesque context. And anyone that thinks my 16 years of service isn't exemplary on how I would proceed if confirmed as FBI is intentionally putting false information into the public ether and creating more public discourse. The only thing that will matter if I'm confirmed as a director of the FBI is a de-weaponized, depoliticized system of law enforcement completely devoted to rigorous obedience of the Constitution and a singular standard of justice.
Take that.
Okay.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. We've got some great stuff from John Kennedy, too. He's fun. I love this guy. Check this out. Kash Patel with John Kennedy talking to him.
My colleague and friend Senator Durbin called you a conspiracy theorist. You remember that?
I do, Senator.
You were instrumental in revealing that the Trump-Russia election collusion hoax was a hoax, weren't you?
Yes, sir. I was a lead investigator.
Sounds to me like we need to get some new conspiracy theories because all the old ones turned out to be true.
Facts matter, Senator.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
I mean, conspiracy theorists are up something like 37-0. You're not saying that everybody at the FBI is bad, are you?
Never said that. I've overwhelmingly said multiple times that 98% of the FBI is courageous, apolitical warriors of justice. They just need better leadership, especially those who participated in these conspiracies that actually turned out.
Who put away the Unabomber?
The FBI.
We had to go back a ways there for that.
No doubt.
Hold on.
All right, let's go to ancient history.
All right, hold on. Who put away the Unabomber? The FBI. Well, yeah, only after the CIA brainwashed him and turned him into a test subject.
Yeah.
Okay.
And only after 18 years of terrorism,
and only
took
after
a while.
his non-FBI brother said, "Hey, my brother is the Unabomber to the FBI."
Hey, you know what? I think my brother's kind of I don't know. He's a little off. Maybe you should look into him.
I'm sorry, but what was the point of that? Oh, yeah, that was a funny clip.
Right, the FBI brought him down.
Great clip.
Plus, he stumbled through the punchline.
That was unacceptable.
That's unfortunate.
That really dampened it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna use a line,
right?
Use the line.
Deliver it, man.
I'm pissed off now.
Yeah.
I say impeach John Kennedy.
What?
If it happens again.
If it happens again.
All right, we're going directly to impeachment.
He's out.
So don't next time you got one of your little
screw up your line.
Smart ass lines.
Yeah.
Make sure that you deliver cleanly.
All right, let me ask you something. Have you ever actually checked the title to your home? Since you were sitting there probably at the title office, which is called the title office. But you're there and you're going over all your documents and you're signing 500 pages with your full name that you never write out, so it looks weird to you. And then you put it in that big envelope and you take it home and you put it in a drawer somewhere and you never look at it again.
Nope.
Ever. That's virtually 99.9% of us. Well, there's a crime the FBI calls house stealing, and it's exploding across the country. All that happens is that a scammer finds your property. They just fill out a simple document using your information. It's a one-page form. Then they forge your signature on it, stamp it with a fake notary seal, and file it with the county. Just like that, they now own your home. Now, they're not going to try to move in. What they're going to do is take out a loan against your home. And then you don't even know about it until you start getting the bills to pay off your second mortgage. Wow. It's horrific. Don't let this happen to you. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. Their triple lock protection monitors your title 24/7. It alerts you to any changes that go on. And if you're a victim, they'll work with you to restore your title with no out-of-pocket costs. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to HometitleLock.com, use the promo code UNLEASHED, and get 30 days free, plus a title history report, too. Protect what's yours. HometitleLock.com.
Pat Gray is Unleashed.
All right, here's Kash Patel with Ashley Moody.
Yeah, this one isn't really in there so much for Kash, but the new senator from Florida, Ashley Moody, shares
She's
information.
the one that was just appointed to fill Rubio's seat.
Correct.
Okay.
And she's talking about the attempt on Trump's life in Florida.
All right.
I wasn't familiar with all of these details. Maybe y'all were. I don't know. Check this out.
Second assassination attempt, which took place in the state of Florida against a Florida resident, now President Donald Trump. Many people were surprised that that could happen in just over 2 months. Many people were shocked that a would-be assassin could get that close to a president after it had just happened so quickly. So needless to say, many Americans, and certainly Floridians, demanded a transparent and accountable investigation of that second assassination attempt. I was tasked, along with law enforcement in Florida, to pursue that investigation. And every step of the way, federal law enforcement, the FBI specifically, and the attorneys, federal attorneys, frustrated our efforts. Told us we couldn't go on the crime scene. They wouldn't share evidence. They suggested that we would be violating the law if we pursued our own investigation.
Oh, my.
Even in the face of us telling them and informing them that a 6-year-old girl almost died as a result of state and local law enforcement having to shut down the roads to pursue that would-be assassin. And I'm not going to use his name. In an unprecedented action, because of these frustrated efforts, I, as the Attorney General of Florida, had to sue the DOJ and Merrick Garland because they refused and obstructed our ability to prosecute and investigate our own laws against one of our own citizens, even in the face of such distrust.
So why would the federal agencies block at every turn state investigators?
I don't know. I don't know. Something to hide, apparently.
Getting in the way.
What would they have to hide, I wonder?
Slowing down the investigation. We're trying to move. You guys are slowing us down. Trying to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Are you?
We are. We're a crack agency. So
Thank you.
Not in that we're special or brilliant, in that we're all on crack. And so.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So we can't have you around because you'll get in the way of our crack smoking.
Because you crack smoking, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, okay, that's interesting.
That might be it right
So
there.
what happened was the 6-year-old girl, I don't know that I remember that story.
I haven't heard that at all.
Was she in an ambulance and couldn't get to the hospital or something?
That sounds like what must have been the case.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's just a weird situation.
It sure is.
That particular incident, we just don't hear about it.
No, we don't.
At all. And it just went away almost immediately. Just a few days. Oh, yeah, somebody tried to kill Trump again. All right, let's move on. Could we?
You know what happened was local law enforcement in Florida frustrated their efforts.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
That's what it was.
That's why we don't have all the answers yet.
That's exactly why. Same thing happened in Las Vegas. FBI would have been all over that, but nope, the local police frustrated their efforts.
Don't frustrate the efforts.
So 8 years later, we still don't know squat about that situation. Jeez. All right, so another person up for confirmation, Tulsi Gabbard.
Busy day yesterday for political junkies like me.
You know what's been fascinating, though? She was a Democrat. She's not anymore. But, man, the Democrats loved her when she was a Democrat.
Yes, they did.
But now that she's gone against the flow, oh, my gosh, she's public enemy number, 2 or 3. Because there's Trump is number 1. Then I would say RFK Jr., and then maybe pretty close after that is Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
I mean, they're attacking her on her religion, and rather than saying, hey, look at the diversity here, you got a Hindu who's been nominated for one of the highest positions in the land. Nope,
And her
they're
track
taking
record?
after her for that.
I mean, and her track record of service for this country is incredible.
Right.
Think of that.
As a veteran?
Yeah.
Right.
So you had a Hindu, you had
a veteran, you have a woman.
Right, a woman.
Former congressman.
Right.
Yeah. And ethnically diverse.
Right. And Kash Patel is, ethnically diverse, and you would think that, and RFK has the little spazoid handicap.
Yeah.
You would think
he
that
gets
these
to park up front.
These should be heroes.
These nominees
to
the Democrats should be bending over backwards for them.
You bet. Scott Bessent, who is
thank you. He's the
head of the
gay
gays,
guy. He's the
leader
guy.
of the gays.
Right. He did get confirmed. Okay,
he did.
But
he did.
They should have been nicer to these people yesterday.
Incredible.
It was impossible trying to keep up with all these hearings yesterday.
What hypocrites!
So true.
Here's part of Tulsi's opening remarks.
Before I close, I want to warn the American people who are watching at home. You may hear lies and smears in this hearing that'll challenge my loyalty to and my love for our country. Those who oppose my nomination imply that I am loyal to something or someone other than God, my own conscience, and the Constitution of the United States. Accusing me of being Trump's puppet, Putin's puppet, Assad's puppet, a guru's puppet, Modi's puppet, not recognizing the absurdity of simultaneously being the puppet of 5 different puppet masters. The same tactic was used against President Trump.
Jeez.
And failed. The American people elected President Trump with a decisive victory and mandate for change. The fact is, what truly unsettles my political opponents is I refuse to be their puppet.
Nice. That's exactly right. And she kept rolling. She had a lot more to say.
The American people elected Donald Trump as their president not once but twice. And yet the FBI and intelligence agencies were politicized by his opponents to undermine his presidency and falsely portray him as a puppet of Putin.
At all turns.
Title I of FISA was used illegally to obtain a warrant to spy on Trump campaign advisor Carter Page, using a Clinton campaign-funded false dossier as their so-called evidence. Biden campaign advisor Tony Blinken was the impetus for the 51 former senior intelligence officials' letter dismissing Hunter Biden's laptop as disinformation specifically to help Biden win the election. Former DNI James Clapper lied to this committee in 2013, denying the existence of programs that facilitated the mass collection of millions of Americans' phone and internet records, yet was never held accountable. Under John Brennan's leadership, the CIA abused its power to spy on Congress, to dodge oversight, lied about doing it until he was caught, and yet has never been held responsible. Under Biden, the FBI abused its power for political reasons to try to surveil Catholics who attend traditional Latin Mass, labeling them as quote-unquote radical traditionalist Catholics.
Pause it.
Personally,
well, and
just
they
24
should, because that's a dead language. Okay, you can't have them listening to a dead language. Am I right? Who's with me on that?
I think we covered that.
Come on now.
I'm pretty sure we covered that.
I mean, to our Catholic friends, I love you, but you can't go to Latin Mass. Obviously, you're going to be investigated for that, right? I think we can all agree on that one thing, can't we?
What was
this
the
is
homily
amazing.
about?
This is a Hindu defending Catholics.
Right.
And they, she didn't even go into this, but they have gone so far as to call her a Russian agent.
Yeah.
And part of some kind of Hindu cult or something. I don't know a lot about Hinduism, but there's some subset of it. And I don't know if she identifies with it or she's been associated with this.
Okay.
And they try to pin guilt by association on all of these people. If you've ever even talked to anybody who's sketchy, why, you're tainted.
Sketchy.
Yeah,
That's
you
it.
are sketchy. All right, let her finish.
Labeling them as quote-unquote radical traditionalist Catholics. Personally, just 24 hours after I criticized Kamala Harris and her nomination, I was placed on a secret domestic terror watch list called Quiet Skies.
Incredible.
Interesting.
Sadly, there are more examples. The bottom line is this. This must end.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's for sure.
Tulsi looking good, too.
Yeah, she always has, really. But that's a nice outfit. I like the white look. That's nice.
On her.
On her. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see it on you. That's for sure.
No.
But she was badgered by Michael Bennet about Edward Snowden. I guess you have to say the word that they want you to say, or they can't vote for you.
Right.
But here's that.
Do you believe, as the chairman of this committee believes, as the vast majority of members of our intelligence agencies believe, that Edward Snowden was a traitor to the United States of America?
You got to say traitor.
Senator, if confirmed as Director of National Intelligence, I will work with you to make sure that there is not another Snowden-like leak.
Media. It's not a moment to propagate theories, conspiracy theories, or attacks on journalism in the United States. This is when you need to answer the questions of the people whose votes you're asking for to be confirmed as the Chief Intelligence Officer of this nation. As my colleague said, this is not about you. It's about the people that serve the intelligence agencies of the United States.
It is about me.
Is Edward Snowden a traitor to the United States of America? That is not a hard question to answer when the stakes are this high.
Senator, as someone who has
your
served
answer
in
yes
uniform,
or no, is Edward Snowden a traitor to the United States of America?
As someone who has worn our uniform in combat, I understand how critical our national security
Apparently
is.
you don't. Apparently you don't. Let me ask you.
Jeez. Holy cow.
Insufferable.
She would never answer the question, though. I'll tell you that.
Love it. Good.
She wouldn't say the word traitor. She did say that he was a criminal. He committed crimes. I mean, what do you want?
I mean, Edward Snowden isn't necessary if politicians like you, Michael Bennet, would follow the Constitution of the United States. Then you don't even need an Edward Snowden to reveal the illegal things that this government is up to on a daily basis.
15 years ago now? It was a long time ago. What are we talking about him for? He's lived in Russia forever. I don't know. Traitor. Let's talk about Joe Biden. Is Joe Biden a traitor?
Yeah, no kidding.
He's on the take from who knows how many different foreign entities. Is he a traitor? Is his son? Is that whole family?
The whole family.
Are they all traitors? I don't know.
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Yes or no,
I'm going to say
Mr.
yes.
Gray?
Yes. And then I'll throw in Snowden too. Yes. Okay? All of them are.
Mr. Chairman, he refuses to answer the question.
Jeez. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If you want to hear, we got more of this, and we're going to check in with Jeffy at a Fat Five. Awesome. But first, I got some great news for you. You know, the abortion pill reversal treatment, there is such a thing now. That provides women with a second opportunity to choose, and it's bringing babies back to life. When you join forces with PreBorn Ministries, you empower women to reverse the curse. See, what you might not be aware of is that even though Roe v. Wade was overturned and abortion has been greatly restricted in many states, the abortion pill has just superseded the surgical procedure. And so now that accounts for over 60% of all abortions. Well, PreBorn's network of clinics are on standby for women in crisis, and they meet with them with God's love and free services to help them choose life through ultrasounds and the abortion pill reversal protocol. PreBorn has rescued over 300,000 babies, and the way they do that is to show the expectant mother an ultrasound, and that introduces them to the real human life, not just a cell. That's not a clump of cells. That is your baby, and it really makes a difference. It doubles the chance the baby will be born alive. If you can help with $28, that could save a life. $140 would save 5 babies. So if you can help, just dial pound 250, pound 250, say the keyword baby, pound 250, keyword baby, or donate securely at preborn.com/pad. All right. We got to get into more of what happened yesterday with these confirmation hearings, and we'll check out the Fat Five with Jeffy.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. 888-933-93. Got some tweets here. The deplorable Mr. Jackwagon. So is Senator Tillis a pathead? He definitely stole the bingo card idea from Pat Unleashed.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
That's true.
Of course, I don't know. I guess probably some people in North Carolina would say maybe he's not a pathead based on some of his votes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Needs to listen more often.
But speaking of bingo cards, Pat Gray Bingo returns Monday, March 3rd.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Pat Gray New Year's.
Pat Gray New Year. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I didn't realize that was still a thing, but okay.
It'll always be a thing. I mean, if what's his face Tuesdays, James K. Polk Tuesdays is still a thing. Then Pat Gray New Year certainly is. Peekapool, the aperture opening Pokemon. She forgot to mention the courageous actions of the FBI in taking down grandmas for the horrendous crime of parading and milling in the Capitol on January 6th. Yeah, that is very true. And Kenneth Parker, wouldn't Kash be the first person of color to lead the FBI? I guess the left isn't all about DEI.
No,
sure aren't. When it comes to Republicans, that's a fact.
James K. Polk Tuesday.
There you go.
See, it's obviously still a thing. We even have the jingles still.
That's awesome.
So weird.
Amazing that was a thing.
I know.
Hold on. You can apply that to pretty much anything we do.
Pretty much everything. Yes. So we got one more clip with Gabby Tulsard yesterday.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard. Gabby Tulsard.
Yeah, whatever.
Tulsi Gabbard.
What does she go by today?
Here comes a new handle for X. Gabby Tulsard.
And Senator Jim Moran.
I want to make certain that in no way does Russia get a pass in either your mind or your heart, or in any policy recommendation you would make or not make.
Senator,
Thank you.
I'm offended by the question because my sole focus, commitment, and responsibility is about our own nation, our own security, and the interests of the American people. In carrying out the responsibilities of the Director of National Intelligence, if confirmed, no country, group, or individual will get a pass in my fulfilling that responsibility of providing that full intelligence picture so that you all can make the best informed policy decisions for the safety, security, and freedom of the American people. You have my commitment to be completely objective, unbiased, and apolitical.
Nice.
What a great answer.
Yeah. Brilliant. The definitive answer to that question. These people are they don't get it. These Democrats are like, well, do you promise that you won't do anything mean to other countries?
Make sure you're not going to do anything mean.
And maybe inconsiderate to somebody who's in a different country?
These other countries aren't going to get a pass just because you're a stooge for them, right?
Oh, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then we've got one from RFK and Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders has been completely out of control.
He's almost
completely unhinged.
Yeah.
There's no almost. He is unhinged here.
This reminded me of because Bernie was in the first committee room.
Right.
And then the second committee room. And, sometimes maybe you get in an argument with someone, and you think of, man, I got a zinger, but it just came a few minutes too late. Well, unfortunately for Bernie, he crossed paths with RFK again. Yesterday, so round 2, and RFK was ready with a little bit more ammunition.
Nice.
I'm going to make America healthier than other countries in the world right now.
Will you guarantee do what every other major country does? It's a simple question.
And by the way,
pause it for a second. What he's trying to get him to say that he will guarantee health care for every American. No. The answer is no. I'm not going to turn the United States into a socialist nation. No. I can't guarantee that all Americans will get health care, but I'm going to make it accessible as possible in a free system like this.
And I'm attempting to make it so that people are healthier, so that they don't have to use the healthcare system as often.
But what he's talking about here is a communist socialist system.
Of course he is.
Because that's what he is. He's a communist. All right, let him go. Jeez.
Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress, too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Yes!
Oh, no,
I thought that would no.
Don't tell everybody to shut
president
up.
like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not
to this.
one
This
nickel
is a
of
lie.
PAC money from the pharmaceutical
Complete lie.
industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
Because I have
receiver of pharmaceutical money.
contributions
I love
from
it.
workers all over this country. Workers,
You were the
that's not a nickel from corporate
Bernie,
PACs.
you were the single largest acceptor of
working-
pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers
Yes!
in the industry.
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of
No, bigger than
200
that.
million. All right, but let's move
at
on.
the end,
You have not answered last
out of
question.
200 million.
Oh, wait, look at this.
Huh. Yeah, this is interesting. This is incredible. At the top of the list, this is a list of big pharma money. Each of them simply repeated the same attacks. This happened over and over with these senators.
Yeah.
But Bernie Sanders from Vermont, as you see him at the top there, just like RFK Jr. said, $1,953,613 from Big Pharma.
And he throws in at the end there, Bernie threw it at the end, out of 200 million.
Okay, so that's fine then?
I guess, yeah, they
that's
tried
fine.
to make it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he got more than Senator Warnock from Georgia, Raphael Warnock, Elizabeth Warren.
And leave that up there.
And those two are probably going to be pissed.
Because here's the point of this entire tweet. The hostility Robert Kennedy experienced at his hearing was directly proportional to how much pharma money has each senator has received.
Yeah.
In fact, each of them simply repeated, like you just said. But see, this list here, those are the people that were questioning him and going after him.
Yeah, right.
100%.
Right. So they're going after him on behalf of Big Pharma.
Exactly. And
Wow.
and by the way, Bernie, no. And he tried to silence the crowd because he knew the room was turning against him. I'm sorry, when you give an individual donation, I wouldn't write Keith Malinak, broadcast industry. It's absolutely connected to Big Pharma, his money. The individual donations aren't connected to any kind of line of work. Nice try, Bernie. Oh, he's such a hypocrite.
It's people. Oh, it's agonizing.
It is.
All right, we're going to get to a Fat Five here. But first, let me tell you about Books. Because there's an age-old question that we have to tackle this time of year, and that's what do I get her for Valentine's Day? You don't even have to stress about that because I have the answer for you. Send foolproof flowers from the Books Company. And just wow your Valentine. Get 25% off your entire purchase right now. Look at how beautiful these are. Chris brought these in. He received these from Books on January 6th.
Yeah.
It's January 31st now, so that was over 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
And they still look absolutely beautiful. And that's because they're cut fresh from the growers and sent directly to you.
Are those volcano flowers?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Yes, they grew right on the side of a volcano.
Awesome.
These are
lava balls?
Lava balls.
Yes.
Yeah. They've cooled off, so that's why I can touch them right now.
Okay.
But those are lava balls. Yeah. But Books is great. And Valentine's Day is February 14th. We're just 2 weeks away, right after the Super Bowl. Don't forget, I refuse to call it the big game. But get your order in right now. Go to Books.com. Use my promo code PAT for 25% off. That's BOUQS. Books.com. Promo code PAT and save big right now.
Now, more of Pat Gray Unleashed.
And Jeffy with the Fat Five.
All right, a couple of FYIs to begin with. Black History Month beginning tomorrow, February, so just be ready to celebrate for the entire month. The Grammy Awards are this weekend. The 67th ceremony going to take place Sunday night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, but I think they start streaming early in the afternoon on some of their other streaming sites because it's going to take place at Crypto Arena. Crypto.com arena, but they're going to be streaming on Paramount Plus and CBS. And not only are they going to be honoring music, but they're going to be raising a bunch of money for the fire victims and the firefighters, the first
Where's
responders.
the Crypto Arena? Where is that?
It's in L.A.
It is in Los. They're doing it in Los Angeles. Wow.
Yeah, and they had said that we're doing it. Turning it into a fundraiser, and we're doing it in Los Angeles.
All right.
Good for them. Can't wait for the winners of all the
songs that I've never heard
of Taylor Swift and Beyonce. It'll be great.
Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter. I wonder who's going to win. Let's see. There are so many choices.
Choices.
Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter.
And Beyonce. So we got.
Yep.
We discovered something last week, Pat, and I wanted you to get you up to speed so that you're aware of what's happening in the world. Barron Trump has some kind of disease. We don't know what it is. We discovered this last week.
Tragic.
No one's talking about it, but it's been documented. Now, we saw Barron at an inauguration party where he looked, tall, but still the disease is just taking shape.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay. Well, the kid is like 8'6" or something.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
He was.
Okay.
Well,
that's fun.
We have video footage that I'm pretty sure has been fact checked of him walking into the White House after the inauguration.
Right. There he was.
And it's starting to affect him already.
Yeah, that was That was the first night. Yeah.
Then he was seen, photographed by one particular photographer, walking around the White House with no one around.
Oh wow!
My word.
Good golly!
It's becoming an issue.
Now it's becoming a real problem because we have a picture of him walking around the White House with people and the press around.
Oh, I can see the ratio there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's starting to turn into a real problem.
He looks even bigger.
Yeah.
I guess we're supposed to just ignore it and not do anything about it.
Yeah, I guess.
But I can't let it go. I just wanted to bring you up to speed.
All right, thank you for doing that.
That's an issue. Harvey Weinstein back in court. Harvey Weinstein back in court. It is, actually. He's going to face retrial in New York on rape charges on April 15th. Weinstein, 72, convicted in 2020 in New York of a third degree and first degree, and was sentenced to 23 years in prison. That conviction was overturned in April after an appeals court said, the trial judge shouldn't have allowed all those women to testify about allegations that weren't part of the case, right? And New York was saying, well, we're going to try him again. We're going to do that. And they did. A grand jury indicted him back in September, and he's still at Rikers Island in New York. They've been fighting with L.A. because he's still that's why he's still in jail of his sentencing in Los Angeles, where he was sentenced to 16 years in L.A. for his 2 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of rape in Los Angeles. And New York is saying, no, we got him. We're keeping him. He's at Rikers Island. Well, he arrived in court in a wheelchair, looked rough. He's been really sick. He's got a bunch of health issues, and along with chronic myeloid leukemia now. And he's kept asking for an earlier trial date because of his health. He said, I won't be there for April. I can't wait for tomorrow. I can't hold on anymore. I'm holding on because I want justice. I want this to be over with. And the judge said he's got another trial and said, Harvey, I got another trial. So I'll do my best to move it up for you a week. But I'm not dismissing any of these new charges. So have a nice day.
Wow.
So he's going to be living out his last days in jail for sure.
Sounds like
and
it.
It's not going to be very long. And, I guess we're supposed to feel sad that Harvey's suffering in jail. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Be sure to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts. Rate and review where possible, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Last year, I told you about Reflect Orbital, a California startup that has opened applications for anyone who wants to use a satellite with a mirror on it to reflect sunlight to a specific location on Earth after dark. Well, now, coming to a sky near you, a Russian startup has unveiled, I don't know why we have, I don't know why Elon's not doing this. A Russian startup has unveiled plans to deploy small, light-reflecting satellites to create massive advertisements in space. So it's like sky typing, but positioned in low Earth orbit instead of the atmosphere. So the ad would be visible at night and could be seen from nearly anywhere on Earth. So that would be, I mean, imagine
That'd be cool.
Imagine, if you will, you're sitting outside, you're looking at the stars, you look up and, what's that? Oh, that's a Kexi cookie in the sky ad. Oh, my gosh, with Kexi.com.
I bet that'd be
that
super affordable, too.
Oh, yeah.
I bet we'd be among the first sponsors of
Absolutely.
that. Yeah, that'd be great.
Because
so we might reflect the fact that the Valentine's box is selling really fast. And you better get yours right
Order now.
Yeah. Got the really delicious strawberry brownie, our red hot velvet cookie, Love's First Kiss. Those are all available starting tomorrow. And the Valentine's box, if you want one, you got to get it quickly.
Get it, order it. Yeah.
All right. So do that at Kexi.com.
Go where
You'll
the
see
sky
that in space.
See it in the space.
You'll see it in
the
space
sky.
very, very soon.
That night. It's going to be worldwide.
When does he say he'll be able to do that?
I don't know. It's a Russian startup. It's not Elon. I was just surprised that it's not Elon.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. If it'll be
interesting.
It'll be a while because we don't have enough stuff flying around the globe.
That is a problem.
So.
Yeah, what do we have? 40,000
more
satellites
than that,
or something?
I think, but I mean, it's a lot.
Ever since Starlink,
yes,
it's been exploding.
Yes,
in orbit.
It's just incredible. So
I don't think that can continue.
I don't think so either.
Something's going to have to be done about that.
Yeah, we need. I've said all along we need the mafia to come in and start up a space trash company and take care of it. Is what needs to happen. We need.
Yes. We need space garbage trucks.
That's what we do, man. Somebody needs to take care of it. And I don't. I'm willing to sit down and work it out, help them out.
You'll sit down with the mob?
Yeah. And the space NASA and SpaceX, and we can get together and work it out. I'm good with it.
So you'll sit down with SpaceX, the mob, and Jeff Fisher will be there directing the meeting. All right. I like it.
Let's get it done. Let's get it done.
Much more on the way.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Okay, people are really curious about what the deal is with the crash the other day because nothing ever makes sense anymore.
For sure.
And so people start trying to put pieces of the puzzle together, and sometimes they put the wrong pieces in place. Sometimes they're probably right, though. I don't know. Who knows with this stuff? But on all the mainstream sites, they were talking about how everybody's gotten so crazy with their conspiracy theories. Really? I mean, did you see the video? Are they really crazy conspiracy theories?
Right.
The helicopter flew directly into it after he was told, hey, do you have the plane in sight? Now, we've talked about the fact that when he said he did, it may have been a different plane that he was referencing.
Correct.
So,
and we know that the air traffic control tower was understaffed.
Yeah, doing the job of two people.
So it's the possibility of someone actually saying the flight number and the right path again went away. This was so. I mean, could it be an absolute accident because of that?
Yes,
sure.
It could. Yes, it could be.
Sure,
it could be. Could there be something else going on?
Yes.
Yes, there could be. So I don't know. Nobody does yet. Well, somebody might, but they're not telling us.
Right.
But here was Pete Hegseth with President Trump on the crash yesterday.
I would echo it as well. No excuses. We're going to get to the bottom of this. We first and foremost, from the Defense Department, want to pass our condolences to the 64 souls and their families that were affected by this. Never should happen. And certainly the 3 service members, the 3 soldiers, a young captain, staff sergeant, and a CW2, Chief Warrant Officer, on a routine annual retraining of night flights on a standard corridor for a continuity of government mission. The military does dangerous things. It does routine things on the regular basis. Tragically, last night, a mistake was made. And I think the president is right. There was some sort of an elevation issue that we have immediately begun investigating at the DOD and Army level. Army CID is on the ground investigating. Top-tier aviation assets inside the DOD are investigating, sir, to get to the bottom of it so that it does not happen again, because it's absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And President Trump had some things to say, too, about DEI policies at the FAA.
Psychiatric disability and dwarfism all qualify for the position of a controller of airplanes pouring into our country, pouring into a little spot, a little dot on the map, a little runway. The initiative is part of the FAA's diversity and inclusion hiring plan. Think of that. The initiative is part of the FAA's diversity and inclusion hiring plan, which says diversity is integral to achieving FAA's mission of ensuring safe and efficient travel. I don't think so. I think it's just the opposite. The FAA website shows that the agency's guidance on diversity hiring were last updated on March 23rd of 22. They wanted to make it even more so. And then I came in, and I assume maybe this is the reason. The FAA, which is overseen by Secretary Pete Buttigieg, a real winner. That guy's a real winner. Do you know how badly everything's run since he's run the Department of Transportation? He's a disaster. He was a disaster as a mayor. He ran his city into the ground, and he's a disaster now. He's just got a good line of bull. The Department of Transportation is government agency charged with regulating civil aviation. Well, he runs it, 45,000 people, and he's run it right into the ground with his diversity. So I had to say that it's terrible. Then it's a group within the FAA, another story, determined that the workforce was too white, that they had concerted efforts to get the administration to change that and to change it immediately. This was in the Obama administration just prior to my getting there. And we took care of African Americans, Hispanic Americans. We took care of everybody at levels that nobody's ever seen before. It's one of the reasons I won. But they actually came out with a directive, too white. And we want the people that are competent. But now we mourn and we pray and would like to ask all Americans to join me in a moment of silence as we ask God to watch over those who have lost their lives and bring comfort to the loved ones. And I just want to say God bless everyone in this room. This has been a terrible, very short period of time. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
He did take a moment there, though.
Yeah, he did take a moment. Yeah, he did.
It was a small moment of silence.
Mm-hmm. A really small moment of silence.
Because I don't think there was one. But it's all right.
Well, it's a thought that counts, right? But he was, of course, asked about the diversity because of the things he just said there. The left-wing media went into overdrive.
Oh, they're in a tizzy, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Here he is being asked about diversity.
He then said perhaps the helicopter pilots were the ones who made the mistake.
It's all under investigation.
I understand that. That's why I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash.
Because I have common sense, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of people don't.
Look,
that is why we love Donald Trump.
Right, he has common sense. And, of course, he's gotten so much heat
for
this.
Yes.
But how many times you've got to learn this lesson, y'all? Not this audience, but the press. How many times does Donald Trump say something off the cuff like that early in the process of something?
Mm-hmm.
The press gets apoplectic. They go insane. They say, how can he talk like this? And then it turns out he's 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
It may take a while for the rest of the world to catch up to him and then, oh my gosh, then they get the details. But does he ever get credit for that? No. So when this all shakes out, it very well could be that.
Well, we know that the air traffic controllers were understaffed already.
Mm-hmm.
And they were understaffed because of the policies that made it a requirement to be not white people.
Mm-hmm. He also didn't directly blame DEI there. He just said,
he did not.
We've had a tragic accident, and here's what the FAA is doing right now. Here's what they're focusing on. Is this what we should be focusing on? And the answer is, of course, no.
I've been in office a week.
Yeah, and I'm going to direct the FAA to hire the right people.
We want
the best
competent people.
I don't care what color they are. I don't care what gender they are. I don't care what their sexual preference is.
Merit-based.
Yeah, the best people for the job should be hired for the job. That's just so
and
easy.
Like he said, I mean, he pretty much laid it out. It's common sense.
Common sense.
Yeah. Yes.
And he may know more details than us.
Yeah, he might.
Being the president of the United States who's actually engaged.
Very true.
And we're still...
But they're all accusing him of getting ahead of the investigation. Well, he might be ahead of the investigation.
He actually
involves a military aircraft, and he's the commander-in-chief.
Yeah.
He should be in the loop on this, okay?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. But we got more questions for him from the mainstream media coming up. But first, let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust, because anytime in life you have to make a really big change, it's hard. And that's especially true when you're planning to buy or sell a home. It's a really complicated process. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of money. It's a really inconvenient process. You got people tromping through your home all the time when you're trying to sell it. You got to leave. It's a nightmare. But real estate agents who are great can make the process so much easier for you. You need an agent who really knows the ropes, really knows the market, and really knows what buyers are looking for in your home. And then when you're buying the home, you want somebody who knows what great neighborhoods are, where they are, the school districts, is it close to shopping, all the things that you care about, you'll get from your realtor. Real Estate Agents I Trust. These are carefully vetted by Glenn's team. This, of course, is Glenn's company, and he put it together because he had such a bad experience with a realtor. In Connecticut, he wound up selling his home for $37.95. It was worth more than that, I promise. So you don't want that to happen to you. Real Estate Agents I Trust, the name says it all. RealEstateAgentsITrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed now continues.
All right, so we got another knucklehead reporter asking about whether Trump should be blaming DEI policies.
Was that
we don't even yet know the names of the 67 people who were killed, and you are blaming Democrats and DEI policies and air traffic control and seemingly the member of the U.S. military who was flying that Black Hawk helicopter. Don't you think you're getting ahead of the investigation right now?
No, I don't think so at all. I don't think with the names of the people, you mean the names of the people that are on the plane, you think that's going to make a difference?
Does it comfort their families?
They are a group of people that have lost their lives. If you want a list of the names, we can give you that. We'll be giving that very soon. We're in coordination with American Airlines. We're in coordination very strongly, obviously, with the military. But I think that's not a very smart question. I'm surprised coming from you.
Are you blaming your
Why? You shouldn't be surprised.
No.
Coming from you.
Yeah. She asks a lot of dumb questions, so there should be no surprise there.
That's awesome.
That's so great. And where were you during the Biden administration asking him about blaming things like MAGA Republicans for shootings and whatever else, blaming white supremacists all the time for everything that ever happened?
And she mentioned the pilot of the helicopter. I mean, we've seen reports, varying reports on the pilot. the pilot was trans, the pilot wasn't trans.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I don't
waiting
know.
to find out.
We don't know.
Yeah, we
so
don't
I don't want
know.
to speculate on that.
Yeah, but I will say that people are connecting. Like there was an interview that Michael Smerconish did with a trans pilot named Joe Ellis that posted Wednesday morning on his Facebook page. Now people are it's conjecture, but people are trying to connect the dots, saying that this is the same.
This was the pilot.
Yeah,
And it's
but we
possible,
don't know.
but we don't know.
Do not
and
know.
on that interview, it talked about that particular pilot being having a lot of experience, and they said that the pilot of this helicopter had only 500 hours of training. That was the original report.
Mm-hmm. Who knows?
So we hear the Department of Defense release the name. We don't know.
But something else that has arisen is the autonomous aspect
what's
of
this,
the
Chris?
Black Hawk
those are cool.
helicopters.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah.
So is the implication here that maybe this was
A training
autonomous?
exercise for
About
that?
2 months ago, they did this awesome thing in D.C., and then now we're having an issue with Blackhawks.
Well, here's the presentation that was made.
We're working hand in hand with the Army to modernize Black Hawk, to incorporate new technology, new capabilities to create the Black Hawk of the future. And one critical technology of all these things is autonomy. And that brings me here today.
Are we really going to fly this optimally piloted
Is
autonomous
there
Black Hawk
ad music that's going
in Connecticut from 300 miles away right here in Washington, D.C.? And the answer is a resounding yes, we're going to.
You're going to see the aircraft come up to a stabilized hover, and this is going to simulate contested logistics operations where we would have a ground crew hooking up a sling load to the aircraft.
And this aircraft is holding position remarkably well.
Okay. So they're in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I assume it's Sikorsky headquarters. That's where Sikorsky is based. And they're controlling this helicopter that is in Washington, D.C., 300 miles away.
The opposite. From Washington, D.C., they're controlling it in Connecticut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. But Sikorsky is still located in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yeah, that's where the helicopter is.
And that's where the helicopter was.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess people are wondering if that had something to do with it now. Because all of a sudden the internet's going crazy over the autonomous
nature.
Coincidence
about
they
did this
and it could
presentation.
just be a coincidence. Nobody knows. I certainly don't whether this was piloted remotely.
Or there were sills on board, but it was being
controlled by somebody else.
It's just like we see the autonomous trucks on the highway here that still have drivers, but they're not driving.
Right. Yeah.
It's weird.
It's like a Tesla. We see it every day with Teslas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Interesting. Okay.
I mean, this story is going to develop so many tentacles, I think. So we'll have to keep an eye on it for sure.
Yeah.
I do want to know what continuity of government means. That's a weird phrase that I keep hearing Pete Hegseth mention. What does that mean? Does anybody know? I mean, do you know?
We want the government to continue.
But what is that mission?
I have no idea.
Because that was
yeah, I don't know.
That's what the helicopter was doing. The Black Hawk was
training for continuity of government.
Okay. What does that mean?
What does that mean, Chris? You're the military man.
Are we flying around the designated survivors? What are we doing here?
Chris is part of the continuity of the government. He's a gate
guard.
guard.
He's a gate guard. He doesn't know about the continuity
he's part
of
of
government.
he's part of the continuity. Got to have gate guards.
Okay.
That's such an intense phrase.
It is very intense.
And so I don't know if it's... I don't know. I don't know if it's if there's anything there. What kind of mission is that? I mean, just...
I don't know. We don't know.
I kind of want to learn.
Maybe
this.
somebody will tweet us.
Don't worry about what it is. Okay. If Pete Hegseth wants to let you know, he'll let you know.
Got it.
All right. You know, in the past, we've talked a lot about Jace Medical. But if you want a refresher, Jace provides different cases full of emergency medications so that you have them the second you need them. It gives you protection and peace of mind, but don't just take my word for it. Let me tell you about Heather's experience. She got a Jace case and immediately knew this was something she'd been missing in her life. The process, she said, is really easy. All it takes to get a Jace case is to fill out a simple online form, So for her lifestyle, having one at home was really essential. She has 8 active, busy children. So in her mind, it wasn't a question of if she was going to need one, it was when. And the Jace case is now there in a personalized emergency kit that contains essential antibiotics for whenever you need them. And it treats the most common and deadly bacterial infections, provides 5 life-saving antibiotics for emergency use. They have also add-ons like ivermectin that you can get. So just go to jace.com, fill out the form online. They'll go over it, make sure you don't have allergies to any of the medications. Use the promo code PAT10 at checkout.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say if you've got 8 kids, maybe you need 2.
Yeah. Or
maybe
3.
Maybe you need 2.
Yeah, maybe.
In order to.
It's JASE, jace.com, promo code PAT10.
Subscribe today at blazetv.com/Pat. Pat Gray Unleashed. We'll be right back.
Apparently, they were practicing ice rescue missions on the Potomac just last week.
Of course they were.
Right?
Yeah.
Of course they were.
I don't think that means anything. I think it's a coincidence.
Jeffy, I see.
Yes, Jeffy's trying to make something out of it.
Of course they were.
No, I sent this in because I was like, look, I mean, they were ready. They were ready to go and save people.
Yeah, well, interesting how they were ready.
Oh, no, Jeff, come on.
No.
I can't believe Jeffy got there before me.
Good thing somebody did, though.
Yeah,
huh?
right?
Thank
you. Thank you.
And I don't know. Is this what?
How often does the Potomac ice over?
Is this the Potomac or is that?
I think it is
because it was listed as the Potomac. Yeah, okay.
Didn't look that frozen though.
It did not.
No,
this week.
not where the crash was.
Well, that's what you need. Jeffy was explaining to me over the break. That's what you need to do. What government? What?
Yeah, you want to have
government continuity.
Government continuity.
Oh, continuity.
That's what they were practicing there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, so you see that, and then we've got the audio of the first responders.
Oh, this is sad.
This is very sad because they were ready to save people, man. This
Cut 21.
Radio traffic from that night.
With me. Do you have a count of how many people were in this plane who I'm looking for? I have no viable survivors at this point.
I do not have a count yet. I will get back to you on that one.
DC Battalion Fire Chief 3. We have command set up on the DC side of the river. 5530 Arnold Avenue Southwest. Our firefighters report 2 souls out of the water and on board their boat. We're trying to get some information about the airframe and a tail number if you have it, and a possibility of how many souls you have on board.
DC Battalion Chief, I got you. It's supposed to be a CRJ regional jet versus a helicopter. When I get back I'll get back to you with the souls on board. And that's how it's playing in a second.
Command tail number November 7 0 9 Papa Sierra.
And then, of course, President Trump visited the DC crash site already.
Do you have a plan to go visit the site or meet with any of the
I have a plan to visit, not the site, because...
he hasn't yet.
You tell me what's
talking
the site,
about going
water?
Or to meet with the first responders down there?
I don't have a plan to do that, but I will be meeting with some people that were very badly hurt with their family member, obviously, but I'll be meeting with some of the families, yeah.
Wow.
You tell me what's the site? The water?
You want to go swimming?
Want me to go swimming?
Oh, man. Sometimes he's too glib for his own good.
Yes.
But bless his heart.
Love him.
It's great to have him in office.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Cheers.
Great.
Man, actually, again, and we've repeated it until, it's tired of hearing it already, but he faces the press on everything.
Yeah. Yes, he does. And he answers some stupid questions, and they challenge him on everything. Where were they?
Thank you.
When the tragedies happened over and over and over again under Biden. For instance, the Ohio situation with the
with the train.
With the train. and the spills into the water and that he never visited. Are you going to visit there? Were they pinning him down on when he was going to visit? How long did it take him to go to Hawaii for the fires?
Right.
I mean,
and the only
did
reason,
he ever go to North Carolina?
And the only
I don't
reason,
think so.
I think he did. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. And the only reason that he went to L.A. was to see his grandchild.
Yep.
Right.
And that just happened to coincide with the fires.
And of course, he has no governor on his mouth or his brain, and his inside voice revealed the real reason you were in L.A.
Yeah.
This guy.
The worst. It's nice to be rid of him from
Yes,
public
it is.
life for a while.
Yes, it is.
Oh, man. What a relief.
What do you think how do you think Joe Biden's spending his days right now?
Drooling? I think he drools.
Okay, so no change from when he was president.
Pretty much
Except
the
he
same.
probably gets unlimited pudding now.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Are we still paying for that pudding?
Probably.
Don't worry about it.
I was going to say, I thought the Pat Gray and Jeffy, when we were here, we said that it's okay if he gets unlimited pudding.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Just get him out of office.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Thought we agreed on that.
Yeah. I'm okay with financing that.
Absolutely.
Part of what a president receives is lifetime security, and so he obviously has that. But what's amazing is how many former officials,
that's for sure,
enjoy that particular service.
That's a good service.
And because Trump has cut some of them off, that's one of the worst things that's ever happened in the history of our nation.
It sure is.
Are you kidding me?
And they all confronted him about it. They all confronted him about it. And
who was it he took Secret Service detail
Bolton.
from?
John Bolton.
Yes.
Fauci.
Bolton and Anthony Fauci.
We
Let
know.
them pay for their own.
And he was questioned about it in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Well, he's there talking about the victims of North Carolina.
Right.
They got to get in his face about that. I love the fact that he was like, yeah, I'll give him a good name of security company. I've got some numbers.
Exactly.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Chris has brought in, I don't know, sudden death for me.
No kidding.
Thank you. Trying to kill me with my diabetes.
You're welcome.
Look at this.
You're welcome.
He brought in cake, croissants. I don't know what this
that looks
fruit
good.
thing is.
Fruit thing. What the hell?
That's for you.
You just take the fruit off and it's probably good. It's got
chocolate
So
cake.
what is the occasion here?
The occasion is Fatso's birthday.
2 days ago, Jeffy failed to mention the fact that it was his birthday.
Yeah.
Why did he fail to mention
January
that?
29th.
Because he
he's
doesn't want
ashamed.
anyone to know that he's now 68 or 69 or
No, we figured it out.
104 or whatever it is.
You said you figured it out. 65 to 68. That's the window.
He's somewhere between 65 and 68.
I don't recall.
Don't worry about how old I am.
Thank you.
Well, happy
That's
birthday,
the typical
Jeffy.
answer.
Thank
But
you.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Did you do
Thank
anything
you.
special on Wednesday?
Oh,
I mean,
man.
you hung out with us. I mean, that's special
man.
enough.
Yeah, then,
It's Jeffy's birthday, but the goodies are for us.
there's nothing like just having, going out to dinner with the family.
Oh, yeah. Good for you.
Celebrating.
Oh, where'd you go?
Celebrating.
Any place nice? Or like McDonald's kind of thing?
That's nice.
I mean, that's nice.
Don't
Not
dog
that
me.
McDonald's isn't nice.
I mean, that's what I'm picking up.
Fantastic.
I'm
Read
already
between the
pissed
lines.
now. I'm already pissed.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you? Where'd you go?
Steakhouse.
Steakhouse.
It's a steakhouse.
Which
kind of
one?
steakhouse?
What
I don't
steakhouse?
know. The Texas Longhorn is a Longhorn Steakhouse. I think
Longhorn
it's called,
Steakhouse.
Yeah. It was all
Okay.
right. It was okay.
All right.
They're usually pretty good.
Yeah, they're
wasn't
really
the
good.
ranch.
Pretty good.
That one, I like that one and the other one, Texas Roadhouse.
Texas
Those are both
Roadhouse,
really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
For-
rolls.
Keep the warm loaves of bread coming.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Is it Longhorn or is it Roadhouse that has those sweet rolls?
Roadhouse.
That's Roadhouse.
Oh,
yeah,
those are
those
so
are
good.
And we got strawberry banana smoothies because that's his favorite drink.
It is. I love strawberry
Wow.
smoothies.
These are
They're really good.
Did you make
Delicious.
this, or what's happening here? This is really good.
Oh, I made it. I was making it in between, commercials.
Okay, so where'd you get them? Where'd you get them?
My house.
Yeah,
You did not.
They're really good.
No.
They're very good.
No, it's
No,
that
really, really
French bakery.
The
right there.
Madeline's up here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
French
Awesome.
bakery.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't. This didn't have any undeclared allergens in it or anything. It does. I'm gonna not.
Undeclared allergens.
What does
What
that
decade
mean?
were you
Yes.
born in?
What
There's
is that?
milk all through
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I'm a little
All through
concerned.
it.
Could possibly happen.
If you missed it, Frito-Lay had to recall
Yes.
their potato chips
The
because
Lay's.
Lay's potato chips had undeclared milk in it. And that was declared
That'll do it.
a risk of death
If you're allergic.
problem. Yeah, I guess if you're allergic to milk, you could die from that.
Oh, we know Jeffy's not
I know
allergic to milk.
sometimes people get upset tummies or break out at a
But
rash.
you eat the
or-
whole 12-ounce bag.
but it doesn't kill. Does it actually kill people? That's the first I've ever heard of a milk allergy killing people. Was when they recalled the potato chips.
Wow.
And it was just the party size.
Yeah.
And it was just from Washington and Oregon.
Yeah.
So you should be
Thankfully,
safe.
but we don't know if any had crossed state lines.
No, we don't know that yet. We've got the FBI looking into it right now.
no, we got this
Yeah,
fixed.
so it's all set. Don't worry about it. Anyway, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I
Happy
appreciate
birthday.
it.
Looking forward to eating your cake.
Me too.
Toasty Mitts tweets, can anyone explain why the government can fire employees for not taking the vax, but Trump can't fire them for being incompetent?
Thank you.
No
That's a
one can
good
explain
question.
that.
That's too simple. Stop.
Oh, man.
It
Caffeinated.
says according to continuity of government, we can't. They have to have 6 months notice and 12 years of pay. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Federal workers have.
I mean, that's a good gig.
Yeah, it's a good gig. Caffeinated Texan, they practice ice rescues in the dead of winter? Wow. It has to be a conspiracy.
Right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, normally the ice rescue would happen in the summertime, right?
Summertime,
Where it's warmer
yes.
and it's more comfortable
Yes.
to go out on the ice.
Now that would be a dead giveaway. That's why they can't do it in the summer.
Incredible. All right. So the Lumbee Tribe, do they have full recognition yet? Have we finally fixed the Lumbee Tribe
Trump
problem?
signed the deal.
right?
He signed it.
Trump
yeah.
signed the thing.
Good. I've been so worried about that. I woke up 3 weeks ago in a
Really?
cold sweat.
Wow.
Lumbee Tribe recognition. Has it happened yet? Oh no, because President Trump's not in office yet.
That must
so
have been when we were looking for the
He'll take
sound
care
and
of
you
it.
felt the
Yeah.
energy of the
Yes, he
universe.
did.
yes. So federal recognition for the nation's 9th largest Native American. Why do we focus on them so much? Isn't that weird? I mean, how long have we heard
Wait a minute.
about the Lumbee Tribe?
Wait a minute. This show is asking
That's a good
why
point.
we focus on
Yes!
them. We do.
Well, I know why we do.
okay.
I don't know why the federal government does.
I got you.
Because of us.
Is it because of us?
Yes.
Okay, and the high-speed internet situation.
We rattled that cage, and now they are somebody.
My gosh. I heard that you guys were looking for the Lumbee
We-
Tribe,
I
and you
searched-
looked under Lumbee or
I
whatever.
searched
Why would we
that
do that?
stupid machine.
It's
for-
high-speed internet.
For
He says it like it's so obvious.
Lumbee Tribe,
Rhonda, Locklear, Indian,
Jacob,
Squaw.
all of it. The teepee, everything.
And this machine is so ancient that it can't, unless you nail it exactly.
I know.
It will not find it for
I mean,
you.
we
You've
had to
experienced
go
that
to-
pain on
yeah.
air all the time.
We had to
Yes.
go to Rowdy's site.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Potheads.com.
Yeah.
We had to get that to get the clip, but then
It's high speed. It's labeled high
Yeah, I
speed.
found it.
no, we
yesterday.
got
It's
it
free.
now. Thank you.
Okay. But federal recognition for the nation's 9th largest Native American tribe has gotten a nod from second-term Republican President Donald Trump. Blah, blah, blah. Not all are full steam ahead with the Lumbees.
Oh no! Oh no!
I hate to hear that.
I do too,
I
bro.
hate to
They're the
hear
9th largest.
Ninth largest.
Principal Chief Mitchell Hicks of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians
Oh, no.
Because he's with the Cherokee Nation.
Oh, no.
The Cherokee Tribe.
No.
Cherokee people.
They're so proud to live. And so proud to die. And one of the problems was...
Oh, no.
They took the whole Cherokee Nation and they put them on that reservation. They took away their native tongue. And they taught their stinking English to their young.
That's not all.
No. All the beads they made by hand, where those are made nowadays? Japan. Or even more nowadays, China, Singapore, Korea, Taiwan. But anyway, one of 8 tribes with a presence in the state, this Chief Mitchell Hicks of the Cherokees, said the presidential memorandum directing the Secretary of the Interior Department to conduct due diligence in submitting a plan is prudent. The Lumbees have a history of shifting claims, including claiming Cherokee ancestry and other historical tribes, Hicks said. Experts have repeatedly found that their claims cannot be verified through historical or genealogical evidence.
Wow.
He's putting the hammer down.
Continuity of Indian government.
Right.
That is not happening.
Any process for evaluating Lumbee's claims must be rooted in objective standards and a thorough evidence-based review.
War.
I told you the Cherokees are tough though, because they are serious business. I tried to get my son on the rolls for a long time, and we never
of the Cherokee.
Yeah, because we never could. We know that the great grandmother was full blooded, but you have to know where she was born, and we know where they moved to. But we don't know exactly where she was born, and the Cherokees are like, well, then you're not on the rolls. Get out of here.
And why did you want him on the roll?
Oh, why not? You get some free cash. You get some free education.
I wanted to move on to the reservation.
Bro.
And you wanted a casino.
Trust me.
Didn't you?
Jeffy, I've been down this same road, bro.
I wanted help for him. Of course.
Right. Yes. Do the right thing. You want to do the right thing. Yeah. I mean, because it's like Elizabeth Warren in my family. It's like there's a rumor that I'm 1/8 Cherokee, but man, we can't prove it, so sucks for us.
I know.
Wow. Well, they don't have the high-speed internet that the Lumbees fought for and received.
Yeah.
Right? And I'd be pissed about that, too. And you might remember how they got that high-speed internet.
Wanda Locklear. I'm from Pembroke. And I'm a member of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina. I have 2 children. And like any mother, I want the best for my boys.
The best for the boys.
Jacob, my oldest, is a transferring student to UNC Pembroke.
UNC Pembroke.
And Isaac is in the 8th grade at Pembroke Middle School.
Not anymore.
Nope.
Like most families.
They've moved on.
He's retired.
Across the state who either don't have access to high-speed internet or who can't afford it.
Can't afford it.
We were stuck with dial-up service in our home.
This is heartbreaking.
It sure is.
I hate to play it again, but it has to be said.
Until 2 months ago.
Until 2 months ago.
So
now, she has it
now.
now. And then 15 years ago. So for the last 15, 16 years, she's had it. But she didn't up until 2 months before this.
They were struggling.
Yeah. Struggling.
I feel that this has put my family, my sons in particular, your sons, at a severe disadvantage.
It has.
Isaac depends on the internet to complete his assignments for school.
Okay, right.
Oh, I never thought
he
about
often
using
uses
it for
the
that.
internet to work on reports, projects, or often at times to just do research.
Or often
research.
At times just research.
I watch him struggle
She watched him
with the dial-up service and observed him get frustrated
and she observed
because he could not move around on the web like he likes and needed to do. Seemingly easy assignments took him hours to complete.
Oh,
I'll tell you this.
Moron. What an idiot.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
The comment from the Cherokee chief puts me a little doubtful into Rhonda's claims.
Oh, really?
It's like, do we know? I mean, we're just taking Rhonda, the Lumbee Tribe member, at her word? I don't know.
I don't think we can.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Shifting claims.
Right.
Can I just take a moment to say that when the pressure mounts again, and it will, for teams like the Braves to change their nickname, just keep in mind that this Cherokee chief shows up in Atlanta every year and hangs out with the broadcast team for a couple of innings and praises the Atlanta Braves and the partnership between the Braves and the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. So just remember, the Cherokee Indians are totally fine with the Atlanta Braves nickname. Next time that comes up.
Yeah, but are they familiar and are they okay with this little fact? I don't think so. Because, as I mentioned, the whole nation, all Cherokee Nation. And what'd they do with them? Put us on this reservation.
This is the same story you told us.
Yeah, well, it needs to be said again because he's babbling about the Braves.
Thank you.
Took away our ways of life. I almost forgot. I forgot about the tomahawk.
I know.
And the bow and the knife.
Got some fresh information.
Yeah.
Well, they got in the studio quick, didn't they?
I think I did mention that part.
You did.
And the stinking English they taught. Bastards. How dare they teach their English to our people? What about the beads?
And all the beads we made by hand.
Yeah. They were made by hand at one time.
Ripped off every line from you.
Nowadays, in Japan, or again, even more nowadays, China, Taiwan, Bangladesh.
Cherokee people.
It's hard to rhyme Bangladesh.
It is.
It's hard to sing that.
So proud.
So proud.
Yeah.
And so proud to die. Okay? Put that in your pipe, your peace pipe.
Peace
and
pipe,
smoke
yeah.
it.
Peace pipe.
So
smoke it.
Fans of the show, Patheads, are reminding me that Jeff Fisher, 7th grade photo. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah! There it is!
I don't have the year on this, though.
Oh, that's 8th grade, 1974.
Yes.
7th?
We don't.
7th grade?
I'm pretty sure it was 8th grade.
Yeah, because that was the guy who called into Pat and Stu's show.
Well, the story is at glenbeck.com, archived from August of 2014. Mystery solved. Check out this 7th grade yearbook photo of Jeffy.
I believe it was 8th. I think it's misprint, but whatever.
This says 1973.
1973!
That's incorrect.
But hold on.
That's why it's an archived story. That's why it's an archived story. Because it's not true.
It is too.
Hold on.
It is true.
Actually older than that because how many grades did you fail? Come on. See? So, how many times were you held back?
Happy birthday, buddy.
This is not true.
We love you.
Spreading false information.
Well, I mean, you were clearly sitting on your grandfather's lap.
Yes, that picture.
I don't know. What is that? A picture from 2014?
You have not. You look the same.
I mean, that's great.
I mean, you look like you were causing some trouble back then, and we know you were. Look at that.
It's a good-looking haircut.
That's a don't mess with me look. Like what?
That's good.
Don't worry about what grade this is
or what year. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. All right. And thanks to whoever it was that finally cracked the code and sent that in.
Is that the first misinformation that we got fed?
Yes.
Before we knew what misinformation was?
That's exactly right, Chris. Exactly right.
So is it miss or
fake
dis?
news? It's fake news.
Okay.
Yeah. So
good.
All right. Yesterday on Overtime, we played this trans person in Canada who was, I don't know, there's some politician. She said something horrific. And it was something like,
so the politician lady.
Stop cutting breasts off of 14-year-olds. Something to that effect. Yeah.
Out loud?
Out loud. Yeah. Yeah. Stop that and stop cutting man units off of 12-year-old boys.
Not out loud again.
Out loud.
But remember the headline is she compared trans kids to feces. When really she just said it was just like a small thing. Like our education system's really good, but the school system allows, for the trans stuff, and it's just like having a small
feces in a brownie or something
in a punch bowl.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh, trans kids are poop, according to her.
And that's not what she was saying.
No. So she has to, in order to get back into the party, the good graces of the party. Where's that audio come from?
Okay,
and then she has to make the rounds and bend the knee and show up places like this trans guy, Victoria, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah,
no, it was Carla
Marx is her stage name, his stage name.
Interesting name.
Right? So weird.
Yeah. And here he is demanding that she think just like him.
I'm going to throw it over to Victoria now, and she'll just touch on a little bit more about
Will
that.
she?
Hi, Jennifer. I really want to thank you
Jennifer.
for being here today and taking the time to try to signal that this is more of a priority for you.
Absolutely. Nice to meet with you all.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Before I would ever say, though, that this was a productive meeting and be counted to the list of contacts that you've reached out to in the queer community, I have to know a few things of where you sit.
She sits right there.
Will you state on the record right now that trans women are women?
Will you say that we're women?
I've never been asked that before.
Will you say that on the record right now?
No.
No, I want to have some time to think on that.
Okay, well, that's me. Have a great day. And I will be speaking out against this meeting because you are clearly not ready to have this. So I'm not going to be added to the list of meetings that you are going to have with people where you say, well, I met this person and this person. Because no. You can't say I've had these consultations and use that as justification for you to work your way back into caucus, which is why we know you're really here. This only happens. This meeting is only happening because you're on Twitter, in the Twitter sphere, and people are debating whether or not you're going to be led back into caucus, and Premier Smith is debating that. And so you need to do some PR work. And I'm not going to be your Band-Aid. I'm not going to be your pink washing. Unless you can tell me right now
this is unreal.
That you believe that I, as a trans woman, right here, am a woman.
No.
Then we don't have a lot to work on here. You want to talk about listening to the community? Wow. If you can't start with that basic foundational principle that we are who we say we are.
Wow.
In our bones.
Soviet re-education.
Then I don't think we're on the same page for working forward. So I'll give you one last chance.
He'll give her one last chance.
Will you say that on the record right now?
Victoria, we can disagree on things. And
not on that.
Not
on my identity.
Nope.
No.
All right, I got it. Enough. I can't take it anymore.
Wow.
Will you state on the record right now that I am a gerbil? Will you?
Right.
If you can't emphatically agree with me and admit to the fact that I am a gerbil right now, then we've got nothing further to discuss. And I will not add my name to your list of people you've met with in the gerbil community. Okay? Because I feel like I'm a gerbil. And if you can't admit that I am a gerbil because I feel like one, then this meeting is over!
I have nothing
to talk about ever again. It is so ridiculous. Look, here's what I will do. If you can admit right now that 2 + 2 = 12, I'll admit that you're a woman. Okay? If you've got the chromosomes that show me that you're a man, and you've got the man unit in your pants right now, I'll discount all of that. If you discount the fact that 2 + 2 does not equal 12, but you say it does, then we're on the same page. I mean, that's what they're asking us to do. Just deny reality. Yeah. Just deny truth. Just because you feel something or you believe something doesn't make it the truth. And they don't, and we, the rest of us on this planet, don't have to go along with your lie. I don't have to do that. It's madness what we've been sucked into here. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe this is where we are.
I mean, that's Justin Trudeau's Canada right there.
Well, and the problem is it's here too. Yeah. I mean, we are in that same place.
That's a fact. And that kind of Zoom meeting is happening. Like we said in overtime, it's happening in corporate settings, in scholastic settings. Here it is in a government setting, and it's
But
grotesque.
again, like everything else, thank goodness for Donald Trump because he's not playing the game. He's not going along with that nonsense.
Amen.
All right, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, I have an idea for you. Go to Brave the Dark, a new movie that I think you're going to love. It's from Angel Studios, the studio behind The Sound of Freedom, and it's an inspiring true story about a troubled teen, Nate Williams, who's fighting to survive in a world that's failed him. He's haunted by painful childhood memories. Nate's drowning in darkness. But when his high school drama teacher, Mr. Dean, steps in, bailing him out of jail and giving him a place to stay, Nate has to confront his past head on before it destroys him. Brave the Dark. It's a powerful reminder that one meaningful connection can change everything for a person in their life. It's a story about compassion and resilience and never giving up on somebody, no matter how far gone they might seem. This movie is going to leave you inspired. It'll show you the life-changing impact of believing in others when they can't even believe in themselves. If you're looking for a story that uplifts and challenges and reminds you of the power of hope instead of making you feel like all hope is lost and that there's nothing to look forward to in life, Brave the Dark is a must-see. Get your tickets right now. Brave the Dark is in theaters. Go to angel.com/unleash today. All right. We got this Chuck Schumer thing that we haven't gotten to yet.
This guy, he's a weird cat. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Let's get that in before the end of the show.
I haven't seen.
Wait, hold on. Wait, start it over. What did he say?
People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time in terms of trying to get this done. So yes, I think democracy will have an effect, and we are going to keep at it. We're going to keep at it legally.
Who uses that word?
We're going to keep at it legislatively, but we're also going to keep at it in terms of the grassroots. Thank you, everybody.
People are aroused. I haven't seen people this aroused I don't know how long. Chuck Schumer.
But that's democracy.
That is at work for you.
I guess it causes people to become aroused.
Keeping the continuity of government.
It's a good thing we don't have one.
All right. Okay, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Overtime and back here Monday morning.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.